Hi everyone, it's Tanya from Tanya Kraus Horsemanship here, and I just wanted to share with you the way that I tie my hackamore, or more importantly, the way I remember how I tie my hackamore. I know that a lot of people struggle with this, and I just filmed a video about how we should be untying it, particularly in the humid and wet conditions here on the east coast of Australia. You know, it's the best way to care for your hackamore and make sure that it's not, you know, starting to deteriorate or rot or go moldy or any of those things. So the way that I remember is that I start by unraveling it off my boot. There we go. I start by holding my hackamore the way that it's going to go on my horse. So you'll see that there I've got a buckle here on the left hand side or on the near side. I hold it, that's the way it's going to go on my horse. So straight away I know that I can put the end of my McCarty in through the bottom there. Okay, so that's the first thing. The next step that I do, I can now let go of that crown piece and I can wrap it anti-clockwise 2 wraps. Okay, anti-clockwise, so I just go left. If you're looking down at it, just think about going into your left hand around twice. As it comes around, I reach through the bottom and I create my reins like so. So there's my reins of my hackamore, and I'm still holding the hackamore the way that it sits on the horse, so the right way up, if you will. Now this is where I personally flip it upside down. Notice how the reins get that little twist in them. So I'm going to go ahead and just untwist and make sure that my reins don't have the twist in them. I flick it out of the tail, and yes, my McCarty's on the ground. You can do it with it over your shoulder or what have you. So I'll leave that in there, shall I? So I've still got it flipped upside down. The wind started to blow. So I've still got it flipped upside down, and there's my reins. Once I've got my reins untwisted, so now they're untwisted, I flip it back to the correct way and I continue the line. So if you look here, the reins come up and through, and the tail of my McCarty comes out the same way, like it all just follows a flow. And I'm going to follow that line and continue going around anti-clockwise or to the left. At least 1 more wrap. A lot of you are going to be doing 2 wraps, so I just do 1 more on the top. It just depends on how big the hackamore is and how it fits your horse. And I finish the loop, come back around the top and down through the hole that was made by the reins. And now I pull the rest of my McCarty all the way through. So now I've got my reins coming out the top. I've got my lead coming out the bottom. Yes, there are different ways to tie it. That's the way I tie it. And there, if I hold it again upright, it's still sitting the same way as it goes on the horse. And that's the way I remember. That's the method that I use to tie my hackamore. So I hope that helps. I know there's a lot of videos out there, and I've watched a lot and been able to follow some and not follow some. So I thought I'd just give you my take on it. And thanks so much for watching.